What is going on, everyone's? We are here and we are back with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
Yes, indeed. I'm yours truly, Brandon D.
And I am Camille A. Stocker.
And the topic for today is going to be
California Bill AB495.
Yes, and if y'all haven't heard, there are some people are calling this the sex trafficking bill. Because what it's ultimately doing is making it easier for some random person to take parental control over a child. And you can basically make this happen with a form online. So we're going to hear about what it really is. I forget this guy's name, but he's in California. So these are issues that are really, that are near and dear to him. So he's going to explain it and tell us why this is a problem. Let's get into it.
Hey, everybody. I need to bring something to your attention that's happening in California. A new bill, Assembly Bill 495, has been introduced under the banner of compassion. But what if compassion is being used to hide a devastating threat to your family? Well, it was authored by Assemblywoman Celeste Rodriguez. AB 495 claims to protect children in immigrant families during times of crisis. But we believe that this bill does something far more dangerous. It strips away parental rights. It bypasses court oversight. It creates a legal loophole that, as one attorney put it, is a kidnapper's dream. Here's what AB 495 actually does. It allows any adult with a so-called mentoring relationship with a child, or even with a relative of the child, to assume custody using a one-page form. No judge, no background check, no parental consent, not even notarization has to be presented. That adult then can enroll the child in school, consent to medical or mental health treatments, and even authorize sex trait modification procedures without the parents even knowing. Attorney Erin Friday didn't mince words when she called AB 495 a child traffickers and kidnappers' dream bill. She said there's no background check, no verification, no oversight, just a piece of paper, and presto, someone walks away with your child. And that's not an exaggeration, guys. Attorney Nicole Pearson weighed in on this, and she's represented immigrant families and trafficking victims, and has warned lawmakers that AB 495 uses legal terms pulled from foster care law, but skips all of the safeguards that come with it. So there's no home visits, there's no fingerprinting, no accountability. In her words, she said that this bill is not about immigration. It is a license to take vulnerable children and make them disappear. And it's not just about immigrants. The language of AB 495 applies to any child for any reason. And that means your child. Under this bill, someone who isn't even related to you, who may not even know, could claim custody, take your child from school, and you wouldn't even be notified. Greg Burt of the California Family Council said it best. He said, compassion without guardrails is not mercy, it's madness. We all want to protect children in times of crisis, no doubt about that. But California already has legal pathways through the courts that do just that with safeguards in place. AB 495 removes those safeguards. It opens the door for predators, traffickers, and abusers, all under the illusion of helping families. So we need your help. If you're in California, call your state senator and urge a no vote on AB 495. Share this video with other people in California and help others understand what's at stake. Most people, most Christians in California don't even know this is going on. And then if you're available, join me and other pastors in Sacramento on Tuesday, August 19th, as we peacefully protest this bill at the state capitol. And then pray for the protection of children and the restoration of biblical parental authority, because this is a flat out attack on parental authority. We need all the parents, pastors, and all the patriots to speak up. AB 495 must be stopped in California, because if it is not, and it is passed, that
It's
means
gonna spread.
anybody could fill out this affidavit and take your child away from you. And this, as you know, can spread and metastasize to other states in America, and then spread into other Western countries. And again, what has the UN, what has the globalist elites always been wanting to do? Take away
our
parental
children.
authority. That has been on the minds of them since John Dewey started the educational system that we now know of, a Soviet-style educational system in our public schools, and has been doing that ever since. And this is the tip that leads to a huge iceberg, taking away parental rights. So it is a big deal. We must pray. We must make our voices heard. And so I hope you will do that today with me. And hopefully maybe you will join me in Sacramento on the 19th. We'll talk to you later, and I'll continue to give you updates on this. Be praying about this.
Yeah, man. They're putting laws into place to remove your authority over your children so anybody can take it. A piece of paper, that's all it takes. Forget California. We need to be telling everybody about this. Because like he just said, if it happens there, they're going to try to move that on east. And we're trying to keep that foolishness out of California, but we really don't want it to go anywhere further than that. So our children, man, these are our kids. You want your kids to disappear?
Reminds me of, I think during World War II, when parents were sending their children, like putting them on train, sending their children to like relative stuff. And
They thought they was.
they thought they were. A lot of those children became orphans.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those children were abused.
Lost in the system.
I mean, then you have to think that was the 30s, you know.
So there wasn't no system.
I mean, there was a system, but it wasn't like really documented. So you look at today with how much technology we do have and how we can keep track of our children and all these things, but parents don't. I still think it's this thing of like, well, my parents, or I'm talking about like our generation, our parents were kind of stricter, you know, you couldn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You never let it do anything. And so our generation is kind of like, okay, whatever your pronouns are, that's fine. If you want to go to this friend's house, okay, that's fine. If you want to do this, it's like no parenting happening. And so and then you also have where people are not looking at new laws. They're not looking at new bills. You're just, hey, vote yes or vote no. But he gives a wonderful explanation as to why to vote no. Because they are coming after your children. And if you're not teaching your children to say no, or no, I'm not going that, or to tell the administration at the school, hey, I don't know this person, right? I don't know who this is.
Half these kids, they just
with
blindly
them.
walk on with them.
So
you know my mama.
You have to talk to your children and teach them. You be the teacher. Don't let anybody else be the teacher, and tell them what it is, because these people are out for children, and I believe that it is for the global agenda for all children to believe the same thing and to be groomed into being little workers or
little slaves,
trafficking, basically, yeah,
little sex slaves. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Once again, watch over your kids.
Absolutely,
it's important. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here once again. Like always, it is love, peace, and soul. Bye. Like Soul Train, baby.